Hey guys, this is Amber with thelovegal.com and youtube.com/thelovegal and law-of-attraction-blueprint.com. And this video is going to be a little different. I'm going to be talking about Mercury retrograde and how it affects us and why you should not be making any important decisions during this time and things that you may need to understand when it comes to Mercury retrograde. If you are not familiar with my face or my channel, I am Amber. People call me the Love Gal. I talk about the law of attraction a lot. I talk about love a lot. So you can go through my other videos to see if my content fits what you're looking for, and if so, you can subscribe and turn on your notification bell to get notified about when I drop new content. Any links to any of my tools, manifestation tools, my manifestation bundle is going to be linked in my description box. If you want to know more about Mercury retrograde or any of the other retrogrades of the planets, please give this video a thumbs up so I will know. Basically, y'all give me permission if I could talk about other stuff, because when I want to talk about other stuff, y'all don't be giving me the views. So let me know what y'all want to see. You can also drop a comment on what topics you want me to talk about in the future. And if your topic gets enough thumbs up, then I will drop a video on it. Let's get into it. For my beginners who are not really familiar with Mercury retrograde, I know you've probably heard about it. Basically, Mercury retrograde is when the planet Mercury spins in the opposite direction of Earth. Now, each year this happens at different times of the year. So Mercury retrograde 2013 is going to be different from Mercury retrograde 2020. In order to check up on what dates Mercury retrograde is going to be occurring on or during, all you have to do is search Mercury retrograde plus the year. So this year is 2020, type in Mercury retrograde 2020. The dates are going to pop up. Now, if you're new to this, you're probably like, what does Mercury spinning in the opposite direction of Earth have anything to do with us? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Do I have all of the answers? No, I do not. I'm still learning. I love to read. You feel me? I love learning. And when I do learn new stuff, I bring it to my YouTube channel and try to make it as simple as possible. That's why you should subscribe. But basically, how Mercury retrograde affects us. Mercury retrograde affects our mood, our decision making, our energy, all of the above. Now, Mercury isn't the only planet that retrogrades. Other planets retrograde too, but today's video, we're going to focus on Mercury because Mercury always brings up some bull. Now, as far as the human aspect of it and how we are affected by it, like I said, it affects our mood, it affects our decision making. It affects things around us. It may make us more tired. It may make us more emotional. But I'm going to have a story to tell at the end of this video about how it affected me. Things that happen during Mercury retrograde are meant to be temporary. And once I say this and you really start thinking about things that happen during your life and you go back to certain years and check the Mercury retrograde dates and things that have happened during that year or during that time, and maybe somebody came into your life, you met somebody, maybe you got into a relationship during that time and then it ended up being temporary. That's what Mercury retrograde does. It brings feelings to the surface. It brings things to the surface that you may need to heal. It brings things to the surface that you need to be aware of. But all in all, the things that happen during Mercury retrograde are temporary. Now, this is the time of the year that you should not make any important decisions. And if you have to, go through it with a fine-tooth comb. For example, if you are doing a business deal and it has to be signed during Mercury retrograde, go through that contract with a fine-tooth comb. I mean, I don't care if you've gone through it 58 times. Do it another time, because it may be something in that contract that is going to not be beneficial down the road. If you have gotten into a relationship during this time, there is an amazing chance that this relationship is not the one. And when I first read that, the whole purpose of me doing this video is because I wanted to talk about it, because I ran across this tweet and an astrologer was like, if you got into a relationship during Mercury retrograde, then it's going to end either at the end of Mercury retrograde or during another Mercury retrograde. Like I said, this happens every year, right? And when I read this tweet, I said, nah, that's cap, shorty. Let me let me go. I was like, that don't sound right. That's just, it's like that for everybody. I don't know this person from a hole in the wall. So I was like, ain't talking about me though. But I went back to the most recent retrograde. I went back to last year. And I started entertaining an ex during the beginning of Mercury retrograde last year. And it was something that was weird about it because, like I said, when I said I was over him, I wasn't worried about him. I could care less what he was doing, who he was doing. I did not care. But one day during Mercury retrograde, mind you, I'm not even familiar with Mercury retrograde at that point. This is last year. I've heard about it, but I didn't know the significance of it. During this time, I remember being drawn to him. I remember he invited me to one of his events. And I was like, mind you, he invited me to mad stuff before. And I was just like, no, nah. Or I would ignore him, you feel me? But this event, I was like, I'm gonna go. I didn't think none of it, to keep things as rated G as possible because my videos are monetized. I ended up exchanging saliva with this man. And it felt like it was just the most passionate thing on earth. You feel me? And I was just like, what is going on? Fast forward, I am at this man's house. This is a couple weeks later. I'm chilling with this man. Like we ain't never broke up before in life. And I didn't understand what was going on, but I just felt like this feeling just bubbling for no reason. Fast forward, I'm not gonna give y'all all the details, but fast forward towards the end of Mercury retrograde, I felt the passion just dwindling. And I was like, I don't know what it is. It's just one day I feel passionate about this whole ordeal, and then the next minute it's like I snapped out of it. What is that? And then I went, fast forward until now. I'm looking, I said, bro, around the beginning of retrograde is when I started kicking it with him. That's when all the passion was flying, Towards the end is when I was just over it as if like how I've been feeling about the situation. Like, I'm not on him, I don't care, So my relationship ended before the end of Mercury retrograde, or it was around that time. I'm thinking it has to be a coincidence though. Ain't no way that Mercury retrograde had an effect on that. I was like, ain't no way. Nah, that was just a coincidence. But in this here universe, nothing is a coincidence. And I know better. And I went back, and I'm talking about years. I said, okay, when did I meet this person? When did I start entertaining this person? All of the people I met during retrogrades are no longer in my life. All of the people I did not meet during Mercury retrograde are still in my life. I said, this is crazy. If you're watching, if you're really up on my channel and you want somebody back in your life, go back and check and see if you met this person or you started dating this person during Mercury retrograde and see. Because if you met this person during Mercury retrograde, it was meant to be temporary in the first place. It was meant to teach you something. Just to give you a brief synopsis, Mercury retrograde happens when Mercury is spinning in the opposite direction of Earth. And when this happens, things are going to be brought to the surface. We're going to learn things about ourselves, things around us. We are going to end up being triggered by stuff. We are going to meet temporary people that is going to teach us something. But during this time, I will wait till after to see if anything comes to the surface that we are supposed to see. For example, wait to sign that contract if you can until after retrograde. Just in case anything that could come up that will potentially save you from making an error or making a mistake or anything like that, it will come out. Wait to get into that relationship until after retrograde to see if that's really what you want. See if y'all really compatible, or see if something comes up that will stop you from committing to this person. When you know, you know. But I wouldn't even believe her at first. I was like, I know about the spiritual realm. I know about it. I know about the energetic fields. I know about all of that. I was like, it's just too good to be on point. I said, ain't no way. Because the Mercury is spinning in the opposite direction. Is it affecting me like that? I'm Amber with thelovegal.com, youtube.com/thelovegal, and law-of-attraction-blueprint.com. All of my manifestation tools are going to be linked in my description box. Also, Make sure you go through my other videos to see what I have. Just go to youtube.com/thelove. Peek around and see what videos you may like. And hopefully I will see you again.